Hello and welcome to Lifetime on Court, the podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I am your host, Patrick Serrano, and my guests today are...
I am Drew Current. Yay!
Yay, and I'm Sara Carranza.
Yay!
Yeah, we're back again.
We're back again this week.
We have our new fancy guest for the next few episodes, Sara
Not
Carranza.
fancy, but thank you.
Very fancy.
I think you're fancy.
I mean, that sweater has sparkles in it, so you fancy.
That means fancy to me.
Yes. Back again, Sara Carranza, friend of the show. You know, how have you been? How's your year going?
Wow, 2020 is going off with such a big bang, you know? Like, I'm here, I'm loving it, and that's that.
Yeah.
I'd say Foresight 2020 is what I've been calling it. Ooh. Yeah.
I don't understand.
Because it's not hindsight.
Oh, got it.
Get it?
Okay.
Come on, get with it.
Like Vision?
Yeah, like Vision. I can see the future.
Cool.
I'm an oracle.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh,
Just
well,
this year.
I hope you've, envisioned what's about to happen today.
Oh, yes. We have a lot to talk about. So we're doing a special little series. Each series is kind of like based on like one central like theme. So, you know, I don't know if you know this, but I'm half Ecuadorian.
What?
I know.
Ew.
It's so weird.
So wait, your last name is Serrano?
Right.
This whole time?
This whole time. And, you know.
Did you convert to Ecuadorian?
Yes.
As soon as he came out of his mom, yeah.
Converted.
There you go.
He wasn't, and then came out of the mom. Boom, Ecuadorian. Boom,
Right.
Done.
Yes. So, we've
Sorry,
been
Mom.
we've been watching Lifetime movies, and I was thinking like, oh, you know what would be interesting to talk about, like Latinx representation in Lifetime movies, like. And I was like, well, I must call Sara Carranza, you know, theater Latinx guru.
Why, thank you.
Yep.
I'm also, first generation Mexican American. So.
There
Yeah,
you go.
you are.
100%, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay. So that. So I was like, well, you know, let me think about the movies that have featured Latinx characters, and I'm like, there's not a lot.
Yeah.
So this would be great for a series.
I tried Googling
Not a
that
whole
and, nothing.
Nothing?
No.
Well, there's some, but,
Yeah.
not
There-
enough.
There's just it's just not a lot.
No. So
I can't think of one.
it's like if Eva Longoria hasn't done one, we have a problem. Because she's like the prime person to
She's
do
the
one.
only person that can do it.
She's too busy doing those hyaluronic acid commercials, you know?
Whoa.
Yeah.
So she's got other things to do. She's too busy for Lifetime.
Yeah.
Therefore, we don't really see a lot of Latinx characters.
That's too bad.
In
Because, she's
Lifetime
like
movies.
the only one in Hollywood.
She's the only one. Eva Longoria.
Well, here's the thing, though. It's because them Latinx ladies and dudes, they are stars. They don't have time for Lifetime. I think that's why.
Well,
Because
you know what? Yeah, we shoot for the stars.
Yeah, you shoot for the star. You don't
true.
fuck around with like Lifetime. You go
You try
all
to
the way.
colonize us, we're going to colonize your shit.
Yep, boom, done.
Yes. So, you know, we did have Catherine Zeta-Jones in The Cocaine Godmother last year, but
Okay.
she's not. She's from New Zealand or something.
She's Welsh.
Welsh.
Yeah, she's
So she
Welsh.
she just has dark features.
She lied to me in Zorro. Like, that was one of my favorite movies. And I was like, oh my gosh, I could be that.
I could
and
be
then
that.
she's Welsh.
You're like, you're
So,
Welsh? Ew.
And Antonio Banderas
Like
is
me?
Spanish.
Yeah, he's
so-
Spanish. He's not Mexican.
Well,
Liar.
Well,
Liar.
Hollywood's a lie, everyone. Hollywood's a lie. But Hollywood's also problematic. So the movie we're covering today, I posted about it on my blog. I wrote it 2 a.m, was drinking some wine. No big deal.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I started getting the most crazy backlash. And I've had trolls, my Hallmark trolls, which I can handle. You know?
You can handle Hallmark
I'm like,
trolls. Because Hallmark trolls are like kind of nice.
I was
Right.
gonna
In a way.
say,
They're like, I'm not sure about this.
this
sure.
wasn't
Like, that's
Christian
fair.
of you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or they're like, I'm just expressing my opinion. Everyone's entitled to one, and so are you. And this is mine. You're an idiot.
And you're like, well, thank you
Well,
for
thanks.
qualifying.
Okay, great. Yeah. So
That this is an opinion and not fact. And great, thank you.
And also, here's the thing: on my blog, most of my criticisms are grammar related, which I have never claimed.
Which is fair.
I have
Those
never
are
claimed to be a writer. Okay, it's a blog that I am hosting. I don't proofread. I'm drinking wine. I'm writing. I post.
Yep.
You know.
Yep, that's it.
And I appreciate the feedback on my grammar, because then I just say, "Oh, thank you. I'll fix that." You know, like someone today was like, "You misspelled narcissism," and I was like, "Of course I did.
Of course I did.
That's
Because-
a hard word to spell.
Because that's an impossible word to spell.
There's a C in it.
Like if
I don't even think I can do it right now
Nope.
without autocorrect.
I couldn't
Exactly.
at all.
So
I'm like, where's
And yes,
the
English
C?
is my first language, bitches.
yeah, that was one of my comments, that English is my. I write like English is my second language.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is taking a different turn. This type of criticism is focusing on my race, not necessarily what I'm saying. Or I mean, I am saying stuff about the movie, but yes. So this spawned the whole conversation because I was like, I have trolls, but they're like being really racist. What do I do?
What do I do?
Well,
Step one.
Step one, make a podcast about it. So here we are.
Drone strike.
So let's go
Step
into the
two.
movie first, and then we'll talk more about the trolls later. So we all have the context of what the movie is.
Okay.
So the movie that we are talking about today. Oh, Sarah, do you have any trolls?
Not lately, but I have a feeling being on this podcast means I'm putting myself in the line of fire.
Oh yeah.
Well, true. Our listeners aren't really trolls. I'd say, they're on our side.
Actually, I lied. One
Yeah, the
post
listeners
I
are
had at
great.
my at the festival that I work with, Destino's Chicago International Latino Theater Festival, did mention something about like trying to call ICE to one of our events once
Ooh, yikes.
in 2017, 2018.
It's like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. You're good.
Right.
You're done.
I like ice in my wine. Okay. So today, the movie we are covering is Killer Daddy Issues.
Killer Daddy Issues.
Killer Daddy Issues. And the
Yes.
cover of the poster is this like hunky man like hugging like in actually a woman you would probably recognize. So look her up. I think her name is
She was in Supernatural, no?
something like that.
I think so.
She's something that
Jillian Murray?
Yes.
the mom.
Oh, the mom.
The mom is somebody Drew would know.
What's her name in the...
I think her name might be Carolyn McCormick. I'll read through the list.
I don't know.
So
They're just all white.
the movie stars.
Yeah, they all kinda look
The
the
movie
same.
stars Jillian Murray, Carolyn McCormick.
Oh, yeah.
I think
she was
Carolyn-
in Star Trek Next Generation.
That's it.
Ah,
See,
that's the
I knew she was
one.
like a Star Trek person.
Oh, right. Yeah, she was in Star Trek.
Kristina Reyes, Dan Amboyer. Sorry, Dan. Chris Riggi.
Sorry, Dan.
And
Sorry, dude.
Lisa Thornhill.
Okay.
Those are the people in the
Yeah,
movie.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's a killer daddy. You see the young hunky daddy hugging like the woman in her 60s or 50s.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And that is a misdirect about what we're about to see.
Okay.
Okay. So just know that.
That's weird. Okay.
Spoiler alert.
I know. So jumping into the movie. Well, because it really made me mad because I was like expecting to come see this Killer Daddy Issues, and I got something totally different that we'll talk about.
I mean, there's still killer daddy issues.
Kind of.
I'm not defending this movie, putting that on the record.
Right. All right. So we start off. We have
You don't ever have to quantify it.
Well, yeah.
with,
Oh, I
I'm-
do. To
I'm
my
not
people.
we have Carrie. Carrie is our protagonist. She loves to ride horses, and she's riding one at the beginning of
Yeah.
the movie. And she gets shot off the horse, and she falls.
Yeah, you even see like the scope, the
Yeah.
circle scope.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And you're like, well, she's dead. Flash to 4 weeks earlier.
Okay.
Yep. That's the beginning of the movie.
Doodaloo, doodaloo.
So we see
The
men,
old Tarantino move.
like farmer men. They're tossing haystacks into a truck, and Carrie's there, and she's not shot. So that's great.
It's a good start.
Yeah, good start since she's the protagonist. And
Uh-oh.
she's trying to get pregnant with her hunky,
He is actually really hunky.
hunky but mumbling husband. I could not understand a word this man said. He was
that's
You don't
valid.
need to know
Right,
what he
he's just
says.
pretty.
He's just pretty and a hunky.
and
baling hay.
Yeah.
Just keep doing that.
That's all you need to
as
be
they're
doing.
talking, they're like, "Oh, we got to start a family. The time is right." They like own this like horse training ranch, so they like train horses for what's the horse race?
The Derby?
The Derby?
The Derby.
Oh, okay.
They like train horses for the Derby, and they've never had a losing horse. They always like win the Derby.
Wow, that's...
So they're well off people.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
huh?
Servants and all.
Yes. we'll get there. We'll get there. A new hunky man speeds onto the ranch, and I'm talking he's got a fancy ass sports car. He like is speeding through like really fast, and I was very worried for the horses, because this is a horse ranch. You can't just speed on. Come on, dude.
Yeah, you can't just.
I know
you can't
your
just
car
bring your
has
Shelby in there.
power,
Yeah.
but we've got like real horses here, so relax.
Mind the horses.
His name's Reed, and he is recently married to Carrie's mother, Grace.
Ms. Star Trek.
Miss
Oh,
Star
yes.
Trek.
Can we call her Miss Star Trek?
Yes. So Miss Star Trek is like, we got married. Don't be surprised. I know he's much younger than me, but the sex is great.
Oh man,
She doesn't say
She needs
that.
to get some too,
Yeah.
everyone does. We're all just kids,
Right.
in our gross meat bodies that are growing old.
Exactly.
How does her daughter think she ended up in this
Yeah.
world?
How do you think you exist?
Because the father recently died, or maybe I don't know how long ago, but
He came down with something.
Yeah, it's been less than a year probably since he
Yeah,
died.
coronavirus.
So Carrie shocked coronavirus, so topical.
So topical.
Carrie is shocked. She's like, I can't believe my mom married someone my age. Like, what the hell?
No, her husband's age.
Her husband. They're right. She says her husband's age, but I would assume they're the
well,
same
how
age.
old's is her husband?
50. No.
Ma, you're 60. Marrying a man 10 years
What are you
younger than my
doing?
husband's age. I'm supposed to do that.
Yes. And Carrie's like, my father would be rolling over in his grave, like if he knew.
I think she was just jealous because he was hotter than her husband.
Yeah.
Let's just
I
be
mean,
honest.
he was hot. Reed is a hot man.
I would say just from the headshots on IMDb, Luke is her husband.
Yeah. Hotter. More.
I think he looks hotter than Reed.
All right.
Did you see him without his shirt on?
I didn't.
No.
Or I saw.
He
both
did not
of them
take
have
his shirt off, and I
Okay.
will tell you, Reed does. For no
Oh,
reason.
Good. Okay.
So there's that.
I understand
Give me
that.
those gratuitous pecs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I get it.
So Carrie and Grace own the ranch. Okay. So they inherited the ranch from the father. There's a little bit of talk about the will at the top. But now that Reed's marrying in, he would presumably, is that a word?
That is a word.
He would presumably get some of that money too. So Carrie wants to protect her assets. She's coming at this as like, this man is just in it for the money.
Yeah. Okay.
I've got killer daddy issues, and I'm not liking my new daddy stealing my money.
He couldn't possibly like my mom.
Right. And
And
that's
you're
just
and
so
you're saying
rude.
this is killer daddy issues. No, I'll just wait. I'll wait till this is. I
The
want to
title
know
doesn't-
how that.
There's no commas, so it's literally just how you emphasize.
how you ever just it's like
Yeah.
killer daddy issues. Killer daddy issues.
Right.
Killer daddy.
Killer
issues.
daddy issues. Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't matter because it's a misdirect. Oh, this is a misdirect.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
Carrie, it talks to her friend, air quotes, but also the girl who grew up with her on the ranch,
Sophia.
Sophia. And Sophia is a ranch hand. She like helps train the horses and like clean the stables and stuff. And even like as they're talking, she's like, Sophia, pick up this like hay. What's that called? A pitchfork. I'm like, a hay pokey thing.
It was like
Pick up
so
the hey pokey
aggressive.
thing.
It
was
was.
like, Sophia, I told you never to leave this here.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, okay, now let's move on.
Right. And she just like,
She's in blind spot.
she's
Anyway,
like, but you're my friend though, Sophia. Sorry I yelled at you like really rudely, but you're my friend that I'm paying to work on this ranch. And then also Sophia's mother, Maria, is the housekeeper.
Maria.
Played by a Ms. Thornhill.
That's Miss Thornhill. Okay.
What?
So is she not?
Maria ain't no Maria.
That's her mom.
Yeah. So
She's
Sophia
a redhead. She's a ginger.
They dyed her hair.
black.
Oh no! Don't do that. Not a ginger. That's the last. That's the last person you would get to play LatinX.
Right. Right.
Are you
I mean, I know
fucking
some
kidding me?
Latinx gingers. I really, truly do.
Sure. Oh, sure. They're all over. Gingers are all over the place.
But
I'm
Yeah.
kind of one of them. Kind
The-
of, sort
The
of.
last time I saw a redheaded maid like Latinx character was in Clueless in like 1995. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Or like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
she's carrying around her laundry basket, which Maria also carries on her laundry basket. And I'm like,
Because she's the maid.
she's the maid. And it's the last time, like 1995 was the last time I needed to see that trope. And now we're in 2020, and I'm like, what is happening?
We're good.
They invite Sophia and Maria to the main house for dinner, or the big house, they call it. Do you want to come to the big house for dinner? To meet
Sounds
Reed?
so dirty.
You want the big house?
Yes.
You want to come for the big
and then
house?
Maria has to make the dinner, of course, that she's going to be serving them, and then she'll sit down to eat in the kitchen, maybe, probably. Mm-hmm. Not with the rest of the family.
Ew, no, yeah, no, ew.
No way.
No, ew, gross.
And the meeting doesn't really go well. Conversation's not really flowing. Like, Carrie is very confrontational to Reed, and Mama Star Trek is like, can't we all just get along?
Mama Star Trek, I like this.
and,
That's better.
and then Carrie and Luke are actually like, they're like trying to make that baby. Remember, they were trying to have a baby. So they're like making out and stuff. And Reed is like looking through the door.
All creepy like.
Very creepy like. And you're like, killer daddy issues. Here we go.
Here we go.
And Maria walks up with her
I
laundry
guess.
basket.
I don't know. I guess
and
it's
she
killer
sees him. She like sees him and she's like, hi, dearest Mio. And she like runs away.
I dearest Mio.
Sorry. Hey, guess what? I'm half Ecuadorian, but I don't speak Spanish. Surprise.
There's that misdirect.
I dearest Mio.
I'm doing like a mommy dearest reading, like Joan Crawford.
Oh, dearest God.
All right.
It still makes sense.
Right. You feel what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So the next morning, Carrie tells her mom, she's like, I think Reed is just a boy toy. He's like no good for you. He's just in it for the money.
Do they see him peeking through?
No one
Like,
sees
while
him,
they're-
and it
while they're
doesn't,
doing the
and it
biz?
doesn't come back because it's just a misdirect. It doesn't even matter.
What?
I know.
Was
He's
there
just
was there
looking-
music and stuff?
Yeah, they made it
always
super.
Why would
creepy.
that? Then why wouldn't? Isn't that a?
That was like
That's a
I
big
explained
rule
that in
breaker.
5 seconds, and that was like a 5-minute scene of him like peeking in, and
I mean, you know,
yeah.
he's there for a show.
Was just showing. He's just showing him that he's like, I'm just
He
a
didn't
dude.
have
I want
internet. There was no porn.
Right.
So.
I don't. Who knows? So Mama Star Trek gets angry. She runs off, and she's like, "Come on, Reed. We're gonna go ride horses." And then they are like,
He's like, hell yeah, we are. Woo, bro.
"Yeah, totally."
And she's like, no, literally. She's like, oh, ew.
Right. Ooh,
Horses?
horses.
Gross,
And she's
huh?
like putting the saddle on. She's like showing him how to do everything, and he's like, "I don't know what I'm doing at all."
I don't know what I'm doing, babe.
But of course, she falls off her horse and gets in a coma.
Yeah, the saddle wasn't. Something was wrong with the saddle.
Yeah, yeah. That's
And Carrie's like,
typical.
"It was Reed. He did it. He
He didn't even
tampered
have
with
his
it."
cell phone with him. Who doesn't have their cell phone horseback riding?
Right.
Yeah, who doesn't? That's what I'm saying.
But her
That's what,
mom's
like-
phone was in her pocket. Why wouldn't he check her pocket?
Yeah. She's like nitpicking everything and like very suspicious of this new person.
Okay.
And she's telling all this to
news.
Sophia, and Sophia's just like, brushing a horse's hair and being like, I've got work to do.
I'm fucking sorry, but like,
Yeah. So Carrie goes and checks in with the lawyer because the lawyer in the will is like a thing. And she's like, I just want to make sure that Maria and Sophia are going to be like taken care of because I don't want Reed to get all the money and then they don't get anything because they've worked for our family for 20 years. And I really care about them. They're like family to me, you know,
I know.
which is a thing that comes up over and over and over and over, which is the writer saying like, this is not a race dynamic going on. They are like family.
but they're still being treated and yelled at as
Exactly.
as the help.
Exactly.
I mean, if you're getting paid, as long as you get paid, right?
I don't think so.
No. That was a joke, by the way.
Yes.
Ha ha! I'm a funny joker.
Well done. Well done.
So speaking of Maria and Sophie, Carrie, for some reason, does DNA tests on everybody.
There's like a shit ton of DNA tests. And I'm like, do you really want the receipts about how white you are?
Right. She like wants to do the 33andMe or whatever it is.
For each one of her friends or
23andMe.
close people.
She's like, let's do it. And then she's like, I'm going to do Sophie's.
Did they say 33 in me? Because that'd be hilarious.
I don't know.
Because that's
I just don't know numbers.
because the 23 is it means the amount of chromosomes that humans have.
33.
33 chromosomes would not be a human being.
That sounds better to me. 33.
I'd be like,
better than
33 and me? Is this an alien movie?
Star Trek.
But
Star Trek. There it is.
the reason she runs the DNA test is for Sophia is because Sophia doesn't know who her biological mother or father is.
Sure, she's being very nice to her.
She's like butting herself in there. And on my blog, I said, this is like typical white savior behavior, which we've never talked about on the podcast. But,
Man.
white savior trope is a real thing.
It is.
You need to look it up. Watch Sandra Bullock Blindside. I love me some Sandra, but that movie is
I
like
do
the
love
perfect
Sandra
depiction
Bullock.
of a white savior trope.
But yes.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
Also, what was that movie that won the Oscar?
Green Book.
Green Book. Check that out.
Oh, Green Book?
Yep.
I never saw it.
What
Don't care.
other
Sounds
ones?
boring.
There's just so many. It's
The Help.
Hollywood.
The Help.
Mind, something mind, teacher. God,
Beautiful Mind?
No, what the...
There's
Michelle
a
Pfeiffer.
bunch of football ones, a bunch of basketball ones.
Yes.
There's
Basically,
the Michelle Pfeiffer one with the
what
mind.
it is,
like,
is
Beautiful Minds?
No, not
No.
It's
Dangerous
Dangerous
Minds.
Minds.
Dangerous Minds.
Yes.
She's like, let a white woman come in here and show you
Exactly.
and teach you.
It's a story about POCs told from the white person coming in to fix everything.
Yep.
That is what basically the white savior trope is.
Yeah, that's the trip.
So the DNA test comes back, and Maria and Sophia are fighting about it because the test doesn't go to Carrie. Is that her name? I think it is. It doesn't go to her. It goes to Sophia. So Sophia didn't expect this test, didn't ask for the test.
How did she get her
It was
spit?
mailed to her house. I guess she pulled her hair from a brush or something. Who knows?
Oh.
She didn't consent to the test.
Illegal.
You have to spit literally into this weird tube thing.
They don't go into how
Well,
the DNA
you
was
know what?
gotten.
TV always makes it like, I got their toothbrush. Let me put it in. That'll do
Right,
it.
but we don't even see any of that depicted. She just ran the test to be nice because she was running hers.
She just put a cigarette butt.
For sure.
What are you
I don't
trying to
ever
say?
spit.
Latinos only
I don't know,
smoke?
spit. No, just like everyone smokes
So,
because it's an addictive substance.
right, totally.
Me included.
So,
Eat
Sophia
cigs.
and
Well, I
Maria
don't
have this
smoke.
really bad blow up, and then Maria has to go to the store to get groceries because she does everything for this family, and the brakes go out on the car, and she crashes and she dies.
Dead.
Sophia does or Maria?
Maria,
Maria.
the mom.
Maria Thornhill.
Oh, her fake mom, her fake ginger mom,
Yes,
her white fake ginger mom.
the Carrie and Luke are seeing they run to the car oh my God, Maria, and Sophia runs up and she's hysterically crying and very upset. Obviously it's her mom.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
As you should be upset.
Yeah.
About that.
And this goes back to my thing about Lifetime movies. If you're driving a car in a Lifetime movie, you are going to
crashing.
die.
You're
so
crashing. You're dead. Yep,
if you're
dead.
an actor in a Lifetime movie, put it in your contract. I will not drive.
Boom, you're dead.
I will not drive. I have no license.
I will not. I will not drive on anything. So Sophia and Reed start hanging out together now.
Okay.
After this whole death thing, and she is talking to him
Because
about
the mom's still in the coma, right?
yeah, Mama Star Trek is in the coma.
Mama Star Trek's in coma. Mama
Maria.
Ginger is in.
Mama Maria.
Mama Maria Ginger is dead.
She dead.
Because she got in a car in a Lifetime movie.
Right. So they're talking more.
That's the reason of death.
Right.
Got in a car in a Lifetime movie.
It seems like Sophia's making a move on Reed. Is how I read it.
Okay.
Did you get that?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, what else are you to expect?
Right.
I mean, he's a
wow.
hunk. He's a hunk of burning love, and
This killer daddy's gonna go after someone else in the house.
Right. Yeah, because you're oh, he's gonna kill everyone off. Because we still are on the train that he's the bad guy in the movie,
And
right?
Maria was the one that saw him seeing the naked people.
so there's no cops involved.
Not
in
yet.
all this? Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
So Carrie's concerned, and she tells Luke that she's gonna keep an eye on everything. So she social media stalks Reed and goes on Tumblr specifically.
That's the
And
best
it's
place to find
Tumblr.
Who does
information about
Tumblr
people.
anymore?
I know. I'm that's really weird. They must have paid
Sorry,
for that.
Tumblr.
They must have paid for that advertisement.
No, not sorry, Tumblr.
Because
Fuck yourself, Tumblr.
it was actually the
Fuck yourself.
it was the actual logo and everything.
Oh, so
it wasn't
they
even
were sponsored by
it
Tumblr.
wasn't like a Lifetime being like Fumbler or whatever.
This podcast is
Tumblr.
not sponsored by Tumblr.
Right. So she talks to the lawyer more, and she's like, she learns that Reed is actually financially independent and doesn't need the money.
And yeah, he's like rich.
So why? Yeah.
So
Oh.
Yeah.
Doesn't need
So
it.
she goes and plays tennis with her white friends at the country club. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this movie, please stop this. Stop doing this. Like, we get it. She's rich. Reed brings Carrie his prenup. And he's like, I'm not the enemy here. There's a prenup. I'm not after the money. I'm in it for love. And she's like, you're right. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I need to like clear my head and like go for a run. So she goes for a run. Our favorite Lifetime trope of females running.
In the forest.
I actually listened to a podcast recently where a director was talking about why females run in movies, like horror movies specifically. It's like to show they're like physically strong and like, you know, they take
But
care
it's
of
running.
themselves. And yeah, and I'm like,
It's not weightlifting.
right. I'm like, that's interesting that that's how they perceive that. It's
Well,
like
it's like a some weird justification of why they are.
I also think
pretty
it's
or
to
something?
put
I
them
don't
in
know.
like sports gear that's like very like tight. You know, I don't necessarily think
Yeah,
it's
I think
about the.
I think it's to just show their bodies more in like
Right.
some fucking
but that's like the
leggings and of sports bra.
what the
The
directors
mansplaining
say.
of it?
Yes, I just thought that was interesting. I'm like, I've never heard
like
that.
tried to make it like an art thing? No, dude,
Uh-huh.
it's a horror. No, he was. That's wrong. That's incorrect. He
Well-
was lying. He was a liar. No, it's to
Liar.
show. It's to show a hot lady.
Mentiroso.
Yeah. Yes.
So as she's going for a run, we see Reed. He's stripping down to his underwear, completely
Yeah.
underwear.
Get it. Get it, Reed.
He has amazing body,
Oh,
really good body. And
sorry, husband.
It's like it's like why, and I don't need to know why.
It's for people like me.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And also Sophia's watching on from like a door behind.
It would. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. So she's watching him now.
Exactly.
Get all nakies.
So on her run, Carrie is like shot at again. We see someone in a black hoodie with like a shotgun, and they like shoot at her, and she
The
like
baggiest pants.
yeah, she like drops on the ground. She gets out her cell phone. She's like, Luke, someone's shooting at me. Come help me.
And I think the only
What?
reason why the shooter missed is because the shooter tripped and fell.
Yeah, on like a branch or something. And Luke shows up. And
That's
he's-
probably more
He's
realistic
just like
than anything.
mumbling incoherently, and
He's got his own gun in his hand.
yeah, he's like,
So
I'm ready.
she was like, Luke, help me, instead of, hey, police.
Yeah.
I'm being shot at by another person with a gun,
Yep.
and all I'm doing is running.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what happens.
Okay.
Accurate.
More ludicrous thing happens later that we'll talk about. That will make you mad.
Okay.
So, Mama Star Trek wakes up from her coma. Reed is like right by her side. He's so relieved.
He's a Trekkie
He's-
to the bone.
he
That's
is.
why he's a Trekkie.
he
That's
does
why.
like the hand thing. Is this it? Like,
yeah, he does.
something
Yeah,
like this.
does the.
He tried to
Does the Spock.
separate his
I tried.
fingers.
I tried to do it, but I
can't.
I can't.
No, I am doing it
Cool.
perfectly, and I can do it on both of my hands.
Oh, wow.
Live long and prosper.
Okay.
All right.
So Carrie apologized to her mom. She's like, me and Reed have talked it through. He's not a boy toy. I shouldn't have said that. He's not in it for the money.
If this were in like any other show or like on Netflix, they'd just call him what he is, a fuckboy.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a fuckboy.
totally a fuckboy. And no shame in that.
No. Gotta have fuckboy.
Mama Star Trek, you get it.
Mama Star Trek, you get that fuckboy.
You did your time.
He's a Trekkie, and you want a fuckboy? Done.
Done.
Easy. Mutual beauty right there.
So the killer daddy issues have been squashed for the most part. So I brought a clip today of The Turn.
Does
Oh.
The Turn. So they're all talking, and Mama Star Trek is there.
Okay.
And then Sophia walks in, okay?
Okay.
And here we go. It's a little small.
Unbelievable. She made your life a living hell, and you're just gonna blow it off like it was nothing. Where's your mom? Oh, you didn't tell her? Was my mom so insignificant to you that you couldn't even bother to tell her that she died in your car?
Maria died?
was a terrible accident. And Maria didn't make it.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Sophia.
What did you care? She was your maid.
No, she was my friend.
Tell yourself that. She can't hear us anyway.
I'm totally Team Sophia on this one.
I'm sorry.
She walks.
Yeah.
She walks away. She's like, "What is her fucking problem? I just got out of a coma.
Exactly.
This is a lot of information right now.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, everyone. What the fuck just happened?"
Yes. So
But like, honestly, Sophia's right.
Oh yeah, no, totally. But also, you just wake up from a coma. It's like, well, no, I didn't tell.
But
Like, it's supposed to be a little dramatic.
here's the thing. The movie is shifting the evil person to be
Oh,
Sophia now.
I see what you mean, yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
why they
like-
have her come in and just be like a total fucking bitch about it.
Like,
I
you
didn't
don't
think she was
care.
being like a total bit. It was just like I'm thinking in my mind. I'm like waking up right out of a coma.
Not
And-
Mama Star Trek. I'm saying Sophia's the
No,
bitch coming in.
no, right. But me personally thinking, if I just got out of a coma and all of a sudden it's just like, boom, huh? Boom, boom, this information, I'd be like, okay, let's hold on, everyone, hold on. let's
Right. But it's true that, Maria was her employed housekeeper.
Oh, totally.
And,
Maid. Let's just call it a spade a
maid.
spade. A
Yeah,
maid.
okay.
It's a maid.
So,
It's a maid.
yeah, if you have someone you are employing and you're paying a monthly stipend to or whatever, and that-
Hopefully weekly or bi-weekly.
sure.
Jesus.
Well, sorry, I get paid. I get paid monthly.
Well, you know what? I do have lived experience with my dad getting really, really sick and like having multiple strokes and really bad news happening at the same time. We told him right away. Like,
Oh, right.
we were like, you know what? Your nephew died suddenly.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
We're here for you. We want you to feel what you need to feel, but we felt like we shouldn't keep this from you.
I mean,
Rip the
that's
Band-Aid off.
probably the best idea. I just personally,
When you're
if
in a coma,
I came out
right.
of,
if Drew's in a coma,
Drew-
everyone, just give him pieces.
give me a
Give him
sec.
pieces.
Just give me a second.
Right.
You know what?
Okay.
Just
Good
say whatever
to-
you need to say
good
with
to know.
happy music.
Yes.
Yeah, just whatever.
So
Hire
after-
someone who is specialized in giving bad news.
A doula of news.
Yes,
Right.
a doula of news.
Got it.
Thank you.
After that blow up,
Midwife of news.
Carrie runs after Sophia and she's like, "Hey, it seems like you're upset. If you want to move into the big house, you don't have to stay in this little small house in the back. Like, you can live in the big house with us because you're a family to us, and we're gonna take care of you. There's money left in the inheritance that we were gonna leave to you. You're fine." And she's like, no.
Oh, she's like, I don't need your fucking money, kind of thing.
Yeah, she's like,
Good.
I'm like feeling like the hired help, and I don't need you to like do me any favors.
I don't
pretty
need the
much.
handouts.
Exactly. So Carrie is back on her horse, the one at the beginning. Mm-hmm. I can tell because the mane and the hooves and the tail
And the saddle
I'm thinking
design.
of, like, I don't know any horse body parts.
And the design of the saddle. And the
I mean, they have butts. And
I guess you're right.
thighs and-
I'm
Horses
just trying
do
to
have butts.
think of like how I would identify a horse as the same horse, and I have no idea.
spots markings.
If it's
The
not,
color
if it's
of
not
it.
Mr. Ed, I don't know.
the twinkle in the
Yeah.
eye.
So she gets shot off this horse. This is the one she gets shot off. She calmly dismounts the horse and she gets out her cell phone and she says, "I've been shot."
Is she? Is it the cops?
No, it's Luke.
Oh, okay.
It's Luke again.
Yep.
And you're like, what the hell is going on here?
And Luke's like, cops, man.
Yeah, you could.
Hey, come.
So Gwen and Carrie, after she's been shot and nothing happens, no police come, nothing happens with that. They meet with the lawyer. The lawyer's like, "Oh, hey, there's been a revision to the will. Since Mama Star Trek has remarried, she is cut off completely." They both are.
Who's cut off? Oh,
I thought it was just the mom.
Probably the mom, then.
so the mom's cut off
She's cut off.
because she
Got married.
Got married
So soon.
Oh,
She needed to wait like 3 years or something like that.
oh.
And she's like, oh, fuck. Like, I got to tell Reed.
Dang, kind of wish I
Right. Well,
knew that.
she's not even worried about that.
Coulda
She just
totally
doesn't-
waited
She
till
doesn't want
married.
Reed to, like, leave her because she still thinks that it's been placed in her mind now that he's in it for the money.
Yeah.
So she tells him, and he's like, dude, like, we're good. I got money. I don't need your money. I love you. And she's like, oh, my God. Thank God.
Aw, Reed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Reed's
so
like
that-
a
great guy.
MVP.
And that wraps up that storyline. So Killer Daddy issues over.
Okay, over there.
That's over.
Over there, it's over.
Yeah.
Over there, it's over.
Now,
Different Killer
There's
Daddy
some
issues.
different. Okay.
with no money to speak of, they install security cameras in the house. And it turns out that Sophia has been the hooded person all along. Mm-hmm. Okay. Sure. She pretends to get in some like car trouble to like lure everyone away from the house.
Okay.
So she like calls. This is where it gets a little convoluted.
Well, she makes sure that happens so she can get Big Lips by herself. What's her name?
Carrie.
Carrie.
Carrie, yeah. So
Oh,
Carrie,
big lips.
Carrie and Sophia meet up in the stables again, and she has like a shovel or something, and she's like,
We can't get. You can't talk about someone's race. But that they're fucking. We can make fun of people's like
Plastic
little
surgery? Yes.
lips and
Absolutely.
their fucking big lips and shit.
absolutely.
No, I agree with it. I'm not being sarcastic.
You
I think
do
that's
what
correct.
you want to your body. I'm so sorry, but that's how I remember your name.
Yeah.
Right.
No, and that's it.
So
It's no name. It's just your Big Lips.
Hey, big lips.
Sophia attacks Big Lips, but who I'll still call Carrie because I didn't think they were that big. I didn't think they were like
I mean, I've seen bigger lips.
right.
Wait till you see the before.
Okay, true.
Okay.
So they like fight with the shovel and the shotgun. She has like the shotgun. She's like shooting at her and she's like strangling her or something. And she's basically says like she's doing it all because like I don't really know why.
Wait, you don't remember?
No. I didn't
This
write
is
it.
the Killer Daddy
I didn't,
issue.
I didn't write it down. Oh, wait. Yes, I do remember why. This is the whole point. I can't believe I didn't write this in my notes. Maybe that's why everyone hates me on my blog.
No, they hate you because you're Ecuadorian.
Right,
Not
right.
because of your writing.
It's because Carrie's dad
Okay.
is Sophia's dad.
They
Oh, they're
pulled a
sisters.
Schwarzenegger.
They're
So they're
sisters.
Okay.
They're sisters, and Carrie got everything, and she got nothing. And her mom had to live in the small house, and the other mom had to live in the big house. You know,
Yeah.
so it's not fair.
The thing I missed, did she find that out though because of the DNA test? Yes, right?
Because of the DNA test.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that brings it all together. They like fight to the death, except no one dies, and Sophia gets taken away. In the first police we see. The police cars and the family like watches on and they're like, oh, poor Sophia, she's so troubled.
Did I make it up, or does the husband and wife kiss at the very end, last shot?
They do, yeah.
They like just make out.
They
Gotta have it.
They're not still at the police are like not still there with the
Right.
sirens, but
It's
yeah,
like
they do.
later
They have
on,
like a
but
talk
it's like-
on the gate and they're like, I'm pregnant.
I'm pregnant.
Yeah, and then
The white people get the happy ever
yeah,
after.
they get the happy
Yeah.
ending, and then Sophia the
The
bat
only person of color on the cast gets arrested.
and taken away
For
and
murder.
We never hear from her again. Yeah. So that's how it ends. And I was enraged at 3 a.m. or whatever it was when I finished watching this movie, and I was like, "Well, this is some bullshit. I can't believe this."
Well, this is stupid. Yeah, no, it should have been the opposite.
Exactly.
It literally could even easily been the opposite of that.
And it's not even the fact that the villain was a POC, because Lifetime has lots of POC villains.
that's fine.
But if you're
The-
gonna make it like the POC character is the help, the POC character is jealous of the rich white people, and then the rich white people are just like, "Bye, bitch.
God,
See you later."
this could
But
have been
even like
so
the
much more
costuming was
interesting.
just so off the mark with Sophia like opening up with overalls, like jean overalls, and like a flowery fringed top underneath
and
it.
like a sombrero, and
They
you're just
could've-
like,
they
why
could've
not
easily
just
that
put a
on,
fucking
and it would
sombrero
have
on
been
them?
their norm.
Right.
It was just so.
Oh, it would have been so much more interesting to like even the same roles, but Carrie's the one. or
Totally.
Carrie? Yeah, Carrie's the one that
Absolutely.
actually knows that she doesn't want her to get the inheritance because technically she's like her sister and she doesn't know it.
That shit happens.
It does
That
happen.
should have been the fucking thing, and then I don't know.
Yeah. So
It's so easy to change that, swap that.
In one of the other movies I'm co-hosting with you, I'll dive a little deeper into my family telenovela.
there we go. There we go. So on the podcast, we
ready.
either pour
I'm
it up
ready.
or put a cork in it. We'll start with Sara Carranza. I tried to say it like you say it, but I can't do it.
You just roll your R's, boo.
Just gotta roll them R's.
I can.
Carranza.
Sara Carranza.
You did the Carranza, right? It's just a one.
Oh,
roll for
Sara.
the Sara.
Sara Carranza.
That's me.
Okay. What do you think?
I'm gonna put a big fat cork in it that doesn't necessarily fit the bottle, but I'm gonna squeeze so hard into
Just
it.
fuck that you can't even. That it might break the bottle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And why?
For the facts that we were kind of making fun of it for the idea of the representation in the movie. I mean, first of all, it wouldn't have even been that hard to switch the people of color to be the rich ranch owners, because guess what? Latinos are also rich ranch owners.
Totally.
Fucking very
So,
much so.
It's not really out of the box. Am I gonna give lifetime points for going against that? I mean, it is their norm, but we need to break through that norm, y'all. It's just not okay.
Yeah.
My family Texan just came out.
There you go.
It ain't okay, guys.
Y'all. It's
You
just
know,
not
y'all,
okay.
it ain't okay.
Drew, how about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna put a cork in it. This very much, even without swapping out the characters, you could have made a more interesting, weird twist that Carrie, or the white the big lip, old big lips,
Oh God.
was old big
started
lips
a
was actually the one that knew that it was her sister, and she would have gotten inherited.
She
and
got the
she's
DNA
the one that's
test.
trying to kill her.
Yeah.
Easily, and it would have been way more interesting. This is just they kind of flubbed this one, huh?
Yeah.
Lifetime, you guys kind of flubbed this one, huh?
So
It's okay. It's
I'm-
okay though. Keep going.
I'm trying.
also
trying, I guess.
gonna put a cork in it because of what we had talked about. Also, the thing about the actress not being Latinx. I mean, I don't know Lisa Thornhill, but
yeah, you could have gotten a.
This came out in what,
That's-
2018?
that's
19?
really bad.
18?
I mean,
19,
she
right? It was
might be.
December?
She might be half. I'm looking at her bio. She's from Kentucky.
Oh, hell
Oh no, this was 2020. It says it's 2020.
Yeah, I don't know her ethnicity, so I'm not gonna.
You know what? I do have to say
go
thank you to
hard on her.
that, because that's true.
Right.
There is a perhaps
Whatever. She's a gin.
50% chance there's something there.
She's a
She's
gin.
passably white, so there's that. But
Oh, I thought you meant Thornhill. I was like, no, Thornhill's a ginger.
no, that is who I'm talking
Oh,
about.
you were talking about that.
Yeah.
It's very difficult when we talk about Latinx representation, and well, it's not that difficult because yes, we want more melatonin on our screens because that's what we're not seeing right now.
Sure.
But the
Just a little more melatonin.
The- Latinx, or the Latine, as the South Americans like to call it, for gender neutral.
Oh, cool.
We are the most racially diverse ethnic group out of anywhere.
No, all over the place.
You've got Russian Jews to German
Sure.
non-Jews to it's
Right.
I mean,
So
it's
it's
a tough
complicated,
one. But
from-
she's a ginger.
From what I'm seeing, this production cast a white woman to portray a Latinx character who was a maid, and that's such a bad look.
And you want to know what? If you want to, sorry, you Warren supporters, if you want to bring that DNA test out and we find out she's 1/10% Latinx, I'll give her it.
Sure.
I'll give her it.
Sure. So, yes. Production wise, I'd say this was not the best. The writer, who I want to talk about, also not Latinx as far as I can tell. She's from Ireland, Audrey Arkins. She also has done another documentary that was about a Latinx gang members in
What?
California. Yeah.
And she's Irish.
And she's Irish. And I was like, I don't understand why
I mean, you could
she's-
be Irish and, I mean, you can be Irish and they're Latinx. Totally.
She's
I mean,
doesn't appear to
600
be.
years ago.
She doesn't appear to be.
But I mean, wouldn't Latinx be considered Spanish as well? Or
Yeah,
is
so
that
that's when
not-
you go into your DNA test and you find out that in like 300 AD, you had the Celts take over Spain.
But I mean, like, you could, a Spanish person can move to Ireland. Also, a Mexican person can move to Ireland.
That doesn't appear to be the case with this person.
Okay.
From what I've seen.
I'm just saying that it is
She
very
is
possible.
like blonde, Irish, blue-eyed. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not here to talk about like the specific people. I think that the production should have had a Latinx person on staff as like a consultant. It's called, what do I say? It was that thing that what's her name from that terrible movie, the Billboard movie, Frances McDormand. She was like an inclusion writer. You got to have an inclusion writer on like anything. You got to have it, and
That's valid.
I think that this movie would have benefited from that.
It's so insane how much of a difference you can see when you have people of color telling stories about people of color. The difference is just
Yeah, no, it's huge.
And-
It's huge because it's like because like the stance that and I will speak for all of white people. You don't understand it. You don't quite get it. Shut the fuck up about it. Just like don't try to do anything more than you like. I don't know. I can't stand like the what did you say earlier? It was like you like using your privilege to help out or something.
Yeah.
You know, like that weird. Be like, I'll help you out. I'm white.
The white savior.
The white savior. That's what it was. Like,
but here's
I
the
hate
thing:
that shit
we
a
do
lot.
need white privileged people to leverage. That
Yes,
How
but,
you- that's
but it's how you
something
do
else.
it, and it's how you get into like it's different than like, okay, I can't say you can't, as a white person, you can't save this. You can't be a savior, but just like the way that you can is
the way
different
that
than
a lot of activists like to call it is even more so than being an ally. We need accomplices.
Exactly. That's it.
You
That's
pull people up
better
with
word
you.
than-
So, like, a good example of this would be Amy Littman, who wrote Party of Five and created Party of
Oh my gosh,
Five.
this show is amazing.
Yes.
And I'm talking about the reboot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she wrote and created the original Party of Five with like Nev Campbell and Lacey Chabert and all those people, and then she rebooted it on Freeform, and she was like, "This story applies to the current America makeup because of what's happening with the children at the border
Deportations.
and like deportations.
Sure.
I can't tell that story, but I want to talk about it." Through that lens, so she hired a writing team that was all Latinx from different like Latin.
Oh, totally.
Like different countries and like different experiences, like American Latinx writers and like people from like Colombia or whatever the fuck, like
yeah,
to tell the
that's
story.
the correct
It's
way to
so
do it.
Fucking
And
authentic.
accomplice is the what? That's the word. That's the word. That's the word I was trying to find.
Right.
It was like it's not. Yeah.
Hear
Accomplice.
us and join us
It's
on
like
our
and
need.
let's all do this shit together. Like it's not about yeah, it's not about, it's like, look, I don't know about this part. I do know about this part, but help me out,
Right.
and let's fucking do
And
this shit.
who's
and like
to
raise it
say
up.
that
Right.
this writer did not do that? Like, I don't know.
The proof is in the pudding,
But
Pat.
there's no credit on there. So if you're gonna get a co-writing credit, I'd like to.
And
see
you know
that.
what? Who knows this poor gal?
I don't know.
She had to do this in like she had to write it in like
She also
a
doesn't
day.
have a lot of writing credits, so I think it's something like Lifetime.
You know what?
It was
You know.
written and shot in like a week.
Lifetime Uncorked trolls, come at me. If you don't show me the receipts, it's just a hot mess.
You got to show me them.
Right.
Got to show me them receipts.
So yes, so back to our trolling conversation at the beginning.
Oh yes.
So I wrote this, and that was all. Everything I said on this podcast was pretty much what I said there. Maybe a little bit more sassily because I'm sassy on my blog.
Whoa.
Wait, you sassy at all?
I know.
No.
Somebody wrote today, because I've been getting a lot of comments. They were like, I would have loved this to just be a straightforward synopsis and without the attempts at sass. And I'm like, do you
Then
not?
what are you
then,
reading it for?
Read IMDb.
Yeah,
Don't
fucking
like.
read a synopsis.
Well, a lifetime description. Come on now.
Yes. So I'll read one comment just so we understand what we're dealing with. This is from White Honky. It says, "Wow, I know you have a problem with white people, but that doesn't mean you should write like this article. write this article looking like English is your second language. Oh no. It is my second language. It's not. Hire a proofreader, please. That was it.
Yeah.
There
there's
worse ones,
There's worse
too.
ones. There's worse ones, but I don't even want to get into it because
yeah,
it's like,
fuck them.
First of all, who the fuck do you think you are trying to tell me what my first language is? And why do I need to prove to you that I probably have a better mastery of the language than you do? And my fucking parents were immigrants, so come at me.
Yeah.
At SS Carranza.
there you go.
Boom.
And
Well, and I'll
hey,
say this.
I'm
just,
dyslexic, so that's really mean.
It's not even about. It's like I'm actually dyslexic, asshole. That's nothing you can do. You can't do anything about that. I think what the biggest, the biggest thing of that is just like, well, this is in general always. Where it's just like, if you have such a problem with white people, like you don't.
That was
have
one of the comments.
Problem.
It was. I
You
don't
have
I don't.
problems with. Obviously, you don't. It's like they're trying to like. It's like this weird like reversal of be like, well, you hate white people, so I fuck you.
Right, reverse racism.
And you're like,
is
what?
not-
Why
a
is
thing.
it? This is
It's
not
not a
like a thing. I'm just like, I didn't say anything bad about white people
No.
in general. There's a problem here in general, a systemic problem. Just putting it out there.
They basically didn't like that I said white savior because somebody in another comment was like, oh, I hope you never need help from a white person because we aren't going to save you.
Well, you know what? Being married to a white person just means that I don't hate whites, okay?
Are you okay? As long as you're married to a white person, you'll be totally okay. Don't even worry about
I have
it.
at least one guaranteed white person to help me.
There you
Boom.
go. There you go.
High five.
And I have one too. It's called my mother. I'm half white also. So let's not forget that. That's why
Yep.
I don't like to talk about these things all the time in public arenas like a podcast because it is an awkward thing to talk about. And sometimes I feel like I haven't lived the true Latinx experience as far as like whatever. So then is my opinion valid?
It is. You want to know
No,
why?
it totally
Because
is.
most individuals who are born and raised in the United States but have that heritage also have that sense of I'm neither here nor there. It's very, very common. So you
Yeah.
are. Don't worry.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
to
You're amongst
identify with it,
family.
Right.
and like to get like to set yourself and identify with it, and be like, I acknowledge that I am this and this. Like
Right.
that's important as just
And
as a
growing
person
up, it was
in general.
confusing and hard to deal with because I would be here and people would be like just the other day I was swimming at my gym and somebody stopped me when we were talking and they're like, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "Oh, Chicago." And they're like, "No, like where are you from?" And I'm like, like my dad's from Ecuador, and they started speaking to me in Spanish. I'm like, I don't speak Spanish, and I'm gonna go back to swimming now. I'm in a pool in my Speedo.
Please leave me the fuck alone.
Right. And it was just like,
how about that?
It was weird because all this stuff has been going on. So I was like, this is so strange. And then, like, also growing up, like, I would go to Ecuador a lot to visit my family who still lives there. My dad's family all lives there. And they would all be like, you're a gringo, whatever. And
Yeah.
I'm
Ay,
like,
pobrecito.
yeah. And I'd be like, I don't know what gringo means. I know how to say, like, azul.
Azul, like blue, I guess.
Like, I'm trying really hard to learn Spanish.
You just
but-
say that you're blue.
Right? I'm
You
like-
know what? I'm not.
And then
I'm
I
not
would
either
sing,
one.
I'm blue, dabba dee ba da da, dabba dee, but in Spanish. So it'd be azul, azul,
It's the same.
azul.
It's the same except for the first.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally the same.
It's exactly the same.
Anyway,
song.
so basically,
Azul, da-ba, dee-ba, da-boo.
that it probably is.
It probably is. Yeah.
Anyways,
That'd be awesome.
we're gonna talk more about this. We've gone. We're not really over on time, but
No, we're
we'll
not.
talk more about this in our next episode. But before we leave you today, we of course have to do our wonderful favorite segment of the every time. Of all the times.
He's looking at his thing. He's
I'm
like,
pressing
yeah,
the button. Okay.
What you say?
There we go. What you say, Candace, Cameron, Bure. On my wedding day, catch the bouquet. Candace hates the gays. Candace, Cameron, Bure. rosé, eating creme brulee. Can't share with me. Candace Cameron Bure. Yeah. What you say? Candace Cameron Bure. Okay, what you say, Candace Cameron Bure, the segment where we watch Candace's Instagram and we talk about it.
Girl, what did you say?
You know, Candace is 16%. No, I'm just kidding. Wouldn't that be wild if I did a DNA test on her?
Yeah,
and
we
I was
somehow got
Candace,
her spit.
I did your 23andMe, not 33andMe.
Not 33andMe.
And I found out that you are Ecuadorian numeric acid.
Boom! That'd be great.
And I'm like, you're out of my family. You're out of the will.
Get out of it.
All right, get out of here. Okay.
Killer daddy issues.
Killer daddy issues.
Killer daddy issues. Boom.
Let's play this one where she looks like she's just sleeping in her trailer.
It's late.
Okay.
Just finished work. Gonna go to bed. Scrolling through Insta. And I have to admit, I don't care how many people watch the things I post.
She cares.
But
Totally cares.
I think the last video I just posted on my main feed, it is throwback gold. And too many of you just scrolled right through it.
Oh my God.
It made me laugh so hard. So I think you should go back and watch it. And then after that, you should go to the Kids' Choice Awards page or Twitter page currently and go vote for Fuller House so we can bring home that awesome Kaleidoscope Award again. And
What?
Oh.
it's
Oh,
late.
dear.
She's still going?
Dear, dear.
And.
I gotta hear the end.
I don't.
Yeah, I want to hear the and. And.
It's late.
No.
No, Candace, we can't listen to this all again.
Well, she told you to go back, so.
She did.
And.
Awesome
Kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope Award again. And maybe I can bring one home too.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, great. The and wasn't that great.
juicy.
No,
Yeah,
stupid.
no.
No,
well,
stupid.
damn it, Candace, you tricked me
I'm
again.
pretty sure the two of you could come up with a better and.
And I'm pregnant. And
That's that was way better.
right.
That's a bet.
Surprise.
Surprise.
She's not pregnant. We're not starting any rumors on this podcast.
She's
But
not pregnant. I don't know. Maybe she is. I don't.
what
I
I
don't know.
love is Candace
fit.
is, looking at those Instagram numbers and she's like, this video's a little bit down. You know what I'm going to do? Make a post about that.
Make a post about that. And
mean-
that post got. Whoa, maybe I should.
Ooh, maybe I should go back.
Maybe I should go back.
I didn't.
I probably would have done that just because
You're like, what is
She's
it?
like, what the fuck are you talking? Oh, this. Fuck off. Fuck off.
that
You
just
know-
feeds into my coconut status,
Mm-hmm,
Listening to Candace and going all the way back
What's going
while
on?
eating tamales.
There we go. There we go. At least we didn't talk about tamales or burritos or tacos.
Yet.
Not yet. But in the
Well, now I'm super hungry.
in the movie, that would have been terrible if she was like, "Oh, Maria, what are you making for dinner?" And Maria's like, "Tacos."
empanadas.
Right.
You're like,
I
okay.
wanted so bad to hate the fact that they named her Maria until I realized that almost all of my lineage is named Maria.
Wow.
I think everyone's just named either Mary or Maria.
My mom's
yeah,
Maria
Mary
Teresa.
and Maria's are big.
My
big
grandma
ones.
was
Everyone.
Maria del Socorro. My great grandma was Maria de Jesus.
Yeah.
Just the Marias, they never stop coming.
And
Yeah.
the Marys, they keep. I mean, it's Jesus's mom.
I
Well,
wonder.
my mom actually hated that so much, she named me Sarah. She was like, no,
She's like,
you're
"I
not
hate
going to be a
that shit."
Maria. Fuck
No.
that.
Yep, there we
Maybe
are.
it's
But
Sarah.
what's your middle name, Maria?
Probably Maria.
No.
I'm kidding.
Kristina.
My sister's middle name.
That
is
was
Maria.
going to be my name when if I was a girl.
This is why we're friends.
Christina. Just like Christina Aguilera.
Hell yeah.
Kristina Serrano.
You were gonna be named after Kristina Aguilera before she was even
Exactly.
existed,
My mom loves Christina Aguilera.
and she knew that she would.
Yeah.
She
right.
loves her so much she knew she would, and then
Like, who I'm really going to love in the 90s?
moms, man, they know.
They're great.
They
fucking
just
know.
do.
They're great.
They just know shit.
All right. That wraps up this episode. Thank you both for being here. Do you have anything you'd like to plug in the pluggy time, Sarah?
Just at me, y'all.
Yeah.
Is that it?
There
Add
you
it out.
go. Drew, how about you?
Yeah, at me. Drew a boat with pants. And also follow my band. You don't even have to listen to it. Just follow my band on Spotify. It helps us out.
Perfect.
getting to play, I don't know, algorithms.
Okay. Wonderful.
The limbos. We are the limbos.
And tell your friends about the podcast.
That's right.
Yeah.
Word of mouth is the best way to get people to listen. And we had good ratings last week.
If you have enemies, you can tell them too.
Yes. Yeah.
If you don't like it.
Tell all your enemies.
Right. If you don't like it, we're cereal.
A listen is a lesson. I don't care. I don't care. If you hate this, please listen to it. Okay, great. Thank you all for checking back in with Lifetime Court. We watch these movies, so you don't have to, but if you do, we'd love to hear from you. You can follow me at Patrick Miguel or the podcast at Lifetime Court. Don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and call us at 872-267-4117. Okay. Adios.
Adios.
Bye-bye.